If you're cruising to Mexico within the next week, you'll want to keep an eye out for weather-related updates from your cruise line. As of Sunday, June 29, 2025, Tropical Storm Flossie has been developing off Mexico's southwest coast, sitting roughly 225 miles south of Acapulco. While the storm is still forming, meteorologists are watching it closely, because it could have a major impact on cruise ships currently sailing around the Pacific side of Mexico and even in the Gulf of Mexico. For now, no itineraries have been officially changed, but that could very well change in the coming hours and days. At this point, Tropical Storm Flossie has reached maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour and is moving northwest at 9 miles per hour. While it has so far remained over the open ocean, it's still expected to bring heavy rain, strong winds, flooding, and the risk of deadly mudslides to parts of Mexico through at least the first half of the week. Current forecasts suggest most areas will get between 3 and 6 inches of rain, but some mountainous regions could receive up to 10 inches. That amount of rainfall in steep terrain is what leads to landslides, and that's why this storm is being taken so seriously. A tropical storm watch has already been issued for southwestern Mexico, covering the stretch from Zihuatanejo to Cabo Corrientes. This zone could be expanded later in the night on Sunday, June 29th, depending on how quickly the storm intensifies. And there's more. A separate low-pressure system is also being monitored on the Atlantic side, near Florida, home to some of the world's busiest cruise ports, like Miami and Port Canaveral. That system currently has a 20% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone within the next week, but it's something cruise lines and travelers are keeping a close eye on. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Barry has formed on the other side of Mexico along the southeast coast, but is expected to fizzle out after making landfall sometime on the night of June 29th. Assuming there is no shift in direction, the soon-to-be Hurricane Flossie will be blocking the way to 3 major cruise ports in Mexico, including Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlán, and Cabo San Lucas. Cabo San Lucas has the busiest schedule, with both Carnival Panorama and Carnival Firenze expected to call on July 1st and July 3rd, respectively. Carnival Panorama's visit coincides with around the time when Flossie is supposed to officially be upgraded to hurricane status, making her voyage the most likely to change. The Vista-class cruise ship is currently operating a 6-night Mexican Riviera sailing out of Long Beach, California, that embarked on June 29, 2025. The itinerary only calls for stops at Cabo San Lucas and Ensenada, so hopefully no changes will have to be made. But if they do, the crew will certainly keep the up to 4,008 passengers on board updated. The other major cruise ports situated in the Mexican Riviera are not expecting any ship calls this week, so there likely won't be any issue there. However, this early storm is likely just a peak of the weather to come, as NOAA has predicted an active hurricane season. The Hurricane Center is anticipating a 60% chance of seeing an above-normal number of storms, and as the experts, their predictions are usually right on the money. But while this may sound ominous, rest assured that cruise ships are one of the safest places to be during a storm. The bridge team is constantly monitoring the forecasts and weather patterns to keep their passengers and crew safe and comfortable. Sometimes, it might even be blue skies at sea while it's storming on land.